I gotta record this because I can feel it coming here. All right, so I'm starting this over really quick for this video. Okay, so look, once you're coming in, right? This is how I look at it, and this is just me using logic right now. Once you're bringing someone in, like I said, you're wanting to recruit up. So if you're a 5, okay, that means 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you recruit up. Now, what I believe is that this is what's going to build you momentum. You recruit up. These guys will be able to come in here, or women will be able to come in here and blow your business up. Now, what this means is if you're on Instagram or whatever, what is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? Now, what I believe is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is going to be this. I believe that what they will be, okay, is going to be more attraction. Okay, attraction. So that's going to be our attraction marketing. And so what you want to understand is for you, okay, and for anybody else, obviously. But for you right now, whatever number you are, which it doesn't matter, you don't really necessarily want to look at yourself as a number, but you want to be able to look at and say, who's better than me? I have no problem with someone being better than me, and that's where ego kind of kicks in for a lot of people. I want someone better than me because someone better than me is going to be able to build my organization better than me, right? You look at Luke Longmire and stuff like that. Like I said, those guys are better than me. They're better than me than I'm recruiting, stuff like that. So they build an organization, better than I do. And so with that part being said, okay, this is how I believe it. If 5 is you, then you're going to be able to attract all the way up to a level 5. Now, what I want to do is I want to attract those people, but what I want to recruit, if this makes sense, meaning attack, I want to hunt 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, if that makes sense. So on the attraction side, I'm being hunted, right? So this is me being hunted, all right? This is me being hunted. And then on the recruiting upside, that's me hunting, right? And now if you really think about it, why is that? Why would it be like that? And the reason would be is because if someone is not as good as you in what, life or whatever, what's going to happen is they're going to be more so attracted to whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that I'm doing. Now, if someone's not as good as you, right? Or I'm sorry, if someone is better than you, then what's going to probably happen is you're going to be able to, or you're going to have to most likely hunt them, because they're not going to be more so looking at what you're doing. They're looking at what they're doing. And so you have to kind of go out of their way to get their attention, because they're not paying attention to someone that's lesser than you per se, right? Or I'm sorry, that's lesser than them per se. And again, we never want to look at people like this, but at the same time we do for business purposes. Mm-hmm. And that's just how reality is. And so that's my mentality. So what this is going to be is people that are hunting, or the people that are hunting me, right? Or if I'm being hunted, what that's going to be is this is going to create more so my retention, okay? This is going to be more so my retention, and this is also going to be leaders that I'm going to have to build, if that makes sense. So there's going to be leaders that I'm going to have to build, and this is also going to be, customers, that's why it's going to be my retention, okay? So if I'm, and again, this is all 1 through, below or whatever. Now, if I am looking, or if I'm bringing somebody in, I'm recruiting up, then this is what's going to create me my momentum, okay? My momentum, because these people are going to be influencers. They're going to have a bigger following than me. They're going to have a bigger, they're going to be better at me than talking to people. They're going to know how to build the businesses. They're going to have the influence and, the marketing, and they're going to know people and all that other stuff. And so that's what's going to create momentum. Now, we want both of these in our business. Now, what I'm trying to teach you to do is how to do both, because what you want to be able to do is, if you can carry yourself as, wherever you are, but let's just say as a 5 right now with confidence, right? If you can carry yourself with confidence, why is this going to be so beneficial that everyone sees your level of confidence? The reason why is because these people are going to be attracted to your confidence because they're not going to be as confident as you. Now, the people that are over here, that you're hunting, they're still going to look back at you and they're going to respect you because of your confidence, right? So what I'm going to do with my confidence is I'm marketing in a way that I'm telling everybody over here, I don't want to put too much focus on them. So when I make a post, it's going to be able to attract to the masses of all those numbers over here. And so when I make a post, I'm going to be able to attract all of them, and my confidence is going to be able to attract all of them. And I don't have to spend a lot of time focusing on these people as long as my marketing is going to do the most. And now that's what's going to get my business on autopilot recruiting. And I believe that this is a lot of how, Luke Longmire is, right? It's autopilot recruiting. This is when people are contacting you. These are the people that are going to be contacting you over here. Now, the reason why we don't just want that is because, like I said, this is what creates your momentum. So now what you're able to do is instead of you focusing on the groups of 1 through 10, you're able to split it and say, okay, I'm gonna make posts to attract these people. Meanwhile, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hunt these people. If that makes sense. And so what I would recommend doing is starting off with you, right, with whatever number you believe that you are. Again, the numbers is just for training purposes, but you get the point. So if someone's on the same level as you, I would start there and then work my way up the group, because as you build, that confidence will build with you, right? The confidence will build with you as you're building. And so, or as you're talking to these people. So right now you said, I'm just getting started talking to people, etc. And as you said, as I talk to more people, my experience will grow. And so you can start off below here too to build your confidence level. And that's kind of what you're wanting to do, Ollie, is you're wanting to continue to build your confidence. And as you build your confidence, guess what happens as well? Now look at this crazy shit. This is hypothetically you, again, out of 5, right? Now, as you build your confidence, your number will grow. Now what happens? Hypothetically, you become a 7. That means you're recruiting from, you're attracting now 7 and below, which means just by you growing, oh my God, this is a fire ass training right now.
Yeah, it is.
As you grow, I've never done this training ever. As you grow, your confidence, and your confidence, stuff like that, the same with the number and the quality of people just on the attraction marketing. Now you're recruiting up for 7, 8, 9, 10, which now you're bringing in heavy hitters. So now hypothetically, when you're a 9 or a 10, or let's just say you're a 10, like Jason Brown, right? Like Matt Rosa, Christopher Terry, or whatever, what are you talking to all day? All you're doing is you're recruiting 10s, and that's when you see these people bringing in these leaders that are heavy ass hitters that are just blowing this company up. And so yes, as your confidence grows and as your mindset grows, that's why you make more money, because you're attracting more people that have the same amount of energy on the same. You're connecting with those people. And so with that part being said, right, now what happens is you're attracting, right? You're attracting literally 1 through 9, right? 1 through 9 within your organization. That means just the heavy hitters, the people you're attracting are still enormous hitters that are coming in here to blow up your organization. And that's when you see these leaders that are just like, they come in, they hit P1K and they're growing, right? They're at 3 maybe, and then, they're growing. Then they get to 5. And then what happens is they start growing, and, like, how are these leaders blowing up more and more and more? Is because now they're growing up this scale and they're attracting more and more and more. Meanwhile, you'll realize, right, Matt Rosen and them, now when they're sitting down eating, lobster and stuff like that while they're bringing in a huge leader, right? Now, when me and you start, for example, right, we're going to be at a coffee shop at Starbucks, right? It's nothing, but for them, they might be on a yacht now. You know what I'm saying? So It's just you can see this if you really look at it in a logical standpoint. And that's how I look at this, and that's how I want to split my time. Now, what I want to do is, now that I have you on the start, now that I kind of have you on the start, right?
Yes,
And do you have this written down so far?
oh, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now that I have you on the start of this whole situation, what I want to do is this, okay? I want to show you, now that we have a foundation of numbers and who I should be looking at focus areas, this is how I like to build, right? You have a list, right? You have a list, and then what you also have is you have a pipeline. I'm like recording this too. You have a list, and then you have a pipeline, okay? So this is really important that you understand this. Now, the list is something that everyone knows about. The list is you know, people. Let's for a definition. Your list is people that have not been exposed, right? Your list is people that have not been exposed, not been exposed. Okay, so now why that's important is because that also is going to create your pipeline, right? Or your list is going to help you create your pipeline. Now, this is where a lot of people don't understand things, and this is what I want you to understand, and this is why immediate success doesn't matter necessarily, okay? And this is why I'm also, Ollie, I'm very patient, because I understand the list in the pipeline. And okay, so now the list is not exposed, okay? And let's just, I'm gonna start there, okay? So training purposes, right? You have one, you have two or three, all right? And let's just say, you know, it goes all the way down to, you know, like, well, let's just say you have a list of 100, right? And it's gonna go all the way down to 100, all right, hypothetically. And this, again, just for training purposes. Now, let's just say on this list, let's just say it's Matt, you know, Matt Rosa, hypothetically. Let's just say it's Carrie, for example. Let's say Cash Cartier, for example. And let's say, you know, Jason Brown, right? You have Jason Brown on the list. Now, again, no one on this list has been exposed. Now, on this list, remember I was telling you earlier, this list should most likely be maybe, you know, one number below you or the same number as you, and then the rest of them should be up, right? The rest of them should be up, and that's what should be on the list, is people that are the same as you, or maybe a little bit less, maybe one number less than you, but no lower than that, and then better than you. And the reason why, by the way, we always want to be around that area is because anyone that's drastically below you, you got to think about it like this. You're going to be wasting your time, because those are the people that are going to come in, they sign up, and they waste your time, and then they quit. Most people, Ollie, what they want is, especially in the beginning, they just want to sign up people because it feels good, and now they're going to hit like maybe P150, and then those people quit, and it actually feels worse than hitting P150. So it feels worse for them to stay, or it feels worse to stay for you to hit P150 and D rank than it does for you to not ever have hit that rank. And they don't know that. So what they want is they want to come in and blast these ranks and, blast the first three, not caring what level or value these people are. And then they wonder why they're quitting and stuff like that. And they're getting so frustrated. And I'm like, well, the reason why you're getting frustrated is because you're recruiting people that are going to quit anyways. Right. And so what you want to understand is that, you know, that's what we don't want to waste our time on that, because all that matters is your time and your focus. And if I can get you the focus in the right area, right, what you focus on grows. And if you're focusing on, remember I had on this, going up, right, recruiting up gives you momentum. And so if you're focusing going up, then your business is going up. But if you're focusing backwards, AKA down, then your business is going down. And so most people, what they don't realize is they're actually recruiting backwards, right? And they're wondering why their business is not growing. The reason why the business is not growing is specifically because, right, they're recruiting down, all right? And that's so important and key that we understand that. Now, moving forward, the list, like I said, is people that have not been exposed yet to IM. It means they have not seen anything about this, right? They have not seen the, what is IM.com, or they have not seen a presentation or anything. You just want to go after these people, okay? And again, this is going to be a number one below you and up. Now, moving forward, what's my job? My job, right, is to sort. So write this down, right? Amateurs convince, professionals sort. Amateurs convince, professionals sort. I'm on a training right now.
Oh, sorry. I was going to ask you a question. Wait.
No, you're good. Let me call you back.
Okay, bud.
All right. Love you too. Bye. Amateurs convince, professionals sort. Okay. So if you're an amateur, what happens is they get stuck up trying to convince someone to join their business. A professional, it understands that not everyone is going to be interested in this. And I think the problem with the newer people is they truly believe that everyone is going to be interested in this. And that is what the biggest issue can be for a lot of people. Not everyone is going to be interested in what we do. And once you understand that, you won't waste your time trying to get people interested, okay? And so, that's why it's really key that we're always focusing on the right place, because you could be focusing your time on the wrong person instead of on the right person. And that's why all we're wanting to do is sort and then have the right thing. Now, with that part being said, your list, this means all I'm wanting to do is expose someone. And now once we expose them, I'm either going to take them off the list, meaning I have no reason to believe that this person is interested in IM. It's a waste of my time or whatever. Now, a no might not be no forever, right? And that's going to be something you're going to have to learn to feel out. And that doesn't mean never hit them up again. It just means I'm not going to focus specifically on this person when there's a lot of other people that I can focus on, right? So all I'm doing is I'm sorting. So let's just say, okay, so again, Matt's not interested, right? Let's just say Carrie is interested, okay? So now what this means is I'm exposing these people, right? So it means that, Matt sent him whatisim.com. He doesn't write me back. Okay, cross him off the list. Carrie, right? I bring Carrie to an event. Carrie's interested but does not sign up yet, okay? So Carrie now is moved into the pipeline, okay? Carrie is now moved into my pipeline, right? And now I'm going to move forward, okay? Cash, not interested. Cash, we sent him, we sent him the video. He was interested on the video. I got him on a call with my third-party mentor. And, then all of a sudden, Cash was no longer interested after he talked to my mentor. Off the list. Jason Brown, okay. We sent him to whatisim.com, and he signed up on the spot, okay. Signed up on the spot. Did not sign up on the spot, but he was interested. I'm sorry, he did not sign up. He's interested. Excuse me. So Jason Brown now. We went through the list. Now, or keep in mind, we have 100 people on the list total, but for your training purposes, I'm going to keep it there for now. So now we have 2 people that are in my pipeline. Now, checks go down the pipeline. The pipeline, you hear the list is your list is your moneymaker, right? Your pipeline is a true moneymaker, okay? Checks go down the pipeline. So what is exactly a pipeline? The pipeline, okay, means that you have reason to believe, right? The pipeline means you have reason to believe that for whatever reason, this individual is interested. It means they have been exposed and you have reason to believe that they are interested in this company, right? So they have been exposed. They've been exposed. And you have reason to believe, right, that they are interested, all right? So why this is important is because now I have sorted my list, AKA I now have a new focus area. So what does this mean? This means that what somebody might be doing, which is what a lot of people do, what they're doing is, let's say Matt Matt could be a chairman 500 of this company, right? But Matt is not interested at all. And so, but we know Matt has a lot of influence, and we really want to bring Matt into this organization because on the number of 1 through 10, Matt's a 10, and we know that. And so now what we do is we focus on Matt, right? We focus on Matt, and we also have hypothetically, we also have hypothetically another 10 right here that may be interested, but we're not paying attention to the right person, right? So what you focus on grows. So you're focusing on a person that's not interested. Well, then now what's happening is you're not focusing on this person, and this person doesn't want to sign up anyways. And so now this is what happens, Ollie, is people are like, Cash, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Like, I keep talking to people and they're not signing up. I'm talking to people. Am I saying the right thing? Am I saying the wrong thing? And I'm like, well, yeah, you might. I mean, you might be, or you might be talking to the wrong person. And there is a saying, right, that you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. I kind of believe that to a really good extent. Honestly, I kind of believe that to a really good extent. I believe that you do have to have use a little psychology and do it properly, but at the same time, right? For the most part, I believe if someone is exposed the correct way and you're following up the correct way, then you can get them interested. This is what's going to help me sort, and I'm going to go on more and more here. Now, what's going to happen is this: you're always wanting to be adding to the list, which is always add to, right, your list. And why is this so important? Because this is what's crazy, right? It's the law of averages. And once you do something enough, Ollie, once you do something enough, what's going to happen is you're eventually going to come to, and once you do something enough, and you eventually get someone to sign up, now you have an average, all right? Meaning, if you talk to 10 people, and 10 people, and on the 10th, and 9 of them said no, on the 10th one, that person says yes, right? Now you have an average. 1 out of 10, and 1 out of 10 maybe are signing up. Now 2 out of 20 are signing up. Now you have that average, okay? And why is this important? That means that as we add to this list, and we add to this list, that means on the average that we're having, right, all the 1 out of 10 is going to keep increase. It's just common sense. So that means if I talk to 100 people, hypothetically, 1 out of 10 people I'm now are going to sign up. Now, this is what a lot of people don't understand, is once we add to the list, right, which our list is just us simply yes, no, not interested. But now what is going to happen is these people are going to be going into the pipeline. And so if you add onto your list, right, if you add onto the list, that you're also adding into the pipeline, because as your list grows, so does the pipeline, because some people are going to be interested and some are not. Now what's going to happen is this, right? Now these people might not be signed up, but get this. This is what happens. It takes on average, right, 90 to 120 days to see. You're making a lot of noise. It takes 90 to 120 days, right, to see a result, right, from anything that you do, especially with this company. So with success, typically you will not see a result for 90 to 120 days. Why is this important? This means that most people, what happens is, and remember I said I'm patient because I actually know this. Most people are adding to the list and they're expecting the people in the pipeline to sign up right away, and they don't, and then they quit. But what they don't realize is as they're adding to this pipeline, right, as this pipeline grows, now what's happening is after maybe 100, or let's just say 90 days in, what's happening, right? After 90 days in, Carrie's like, I want to sign up, right? Hey, I've been following you. I've been following you on Instagram because you've been consistent on Instagram, right? I've been following you. I've been following the journey. I've been, and all this other stuff. I think I'm ready to get started now. That's when you start getting the pipeline. You have that moment right now, right? Because I know I've taken a while to get here, but I got you, right? The pipeline. So day 90 for Carrie, right? Right? Now remember, we're talking a whole bunch of people, throughout the day. Now let's just say day 91, right? Jason. And this is when you get this, by the way, Ollie. So a lot of people, they usually don't get a sign up for a very long time. And then what happens is when they sign up one person, next thing you know, they sign up a whole bunch of people to get all this momentum coming from nowhere. Now remember, this is go. So now remember, I kept telling everybody, go ham right now, just because it's in November and December, which is, by the way, Ollie, network marketing. It's the season It's a season of, your business kind of, let's just say, cutting off the fat. Is cutting off the fat is November and December. It's nothing bad. A lot of people think that November and December, that's the hardest time in network marketing, but no, that's just the time in network marketing where we're cutting off the fat. And so now November and December, if we're going ham in those months, which a lot of people like to call slow period, no, it's the same thing as in the gym. We're just working out on those days. We've been working out all year. Come November and December, our body is resting. Our business is taking in its protein real quick. Come January, our day 90 to 120, we blow up from what we did 90 days ago, 120 days ago. So now we go right back into it. So now what's going on is day 91. So day 90, Carrie signs up, right? Hey, I've been following you. I've been seeing this, blah, blah, blah. You look like, and then guess what? Now Jason signs up on day 91, right? Now what happens is, right, you're growing out your pipeline, right? Now Drake comes in, right? Day 120 signs up. And get this, right? Get this. So what's going to happen, since we're talking about averages and stuff like that, hypothetically, as you continue to talk to people, like you said, okay, like you said, actually, you're going to get better. As you get better, the average gets better. So instead of 1 out of 10, it'll be, right, 2 out of 10. And now get this. So what does this mean? This means if you continue to be consistent on adding to the list and adding to the pipeline, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Well, what's going to happen is this, actually. So this month, you might recruit 1 person. Next month, though, since you got a little bit better, it might be 2 people, right? And now as you continue to be consistent and your averages get better, next month will be 3 people. Next month will be 4 people. Next month will be 5 people, right? And now you get this autopilot, right? Because remember, right, as we're adding to the pipeline, these are the people that have been exposed. So here's the problem with a lot of people. They don't have enough people exposed. So those people don't even know what anyone's doing. And since they're not exposed, how can we bring them from the pipeline, the moneymaker, into our organization if they have not yet been exposed? Our job is to sort, just to get them to look at it, not to sign up right now. Yes, we want them to sign up right now, of course. But realistically, I'm okay with someone like not signing up right now, because I know that if I'm consistent on my Instagram and they've been exposed, right, they're going to continue to be exposed by my Instagram. And at some point, rather it be tomorrow or 2 years from now, they're eventually going to say, Cash, I'm ready to sign up. And so the more people we can add to this pipeline, AKA people that have been exposed, the more people that are going to know that what I'm doing. And the people that said now is not a good time, right, 2 years from now is going to be a good time. And now, Ollie, guess what's going to happen? There's going to be a time in your business where you feel like you plateaued. And now what happens is you're going to have one of these people in the pipeline hit you up and say, I'm ready to go. And now you're going to grow. And you're going to get to the spot where, let's just say you're going to be at P2K and you've been trying to get to P5K and you're growing. And you need one more kick of momentum to get you to the next level. And now guess what happens? You get more people it happens almost every time. You get people from this pipeline that are like, hey, I'm ready to go. Hey, I'm ready to go. Hey, I'm ready to go. You bring these people in, you start taprooting, and now you got momentum again. You got even more momentum. You hit the second wave momentum. Now it's P5K. Now guess what, Ollie? Now you're Cash Cartier in the beginning of January when I was deranked, etc. But I had a lot of people in my pipeline, right? And so now what happens is everyone's like, how did Cash Cartier go from P5K to Chairman 25? It's because I was consistent and I had a pipeline. The pipeline will push you over the edge, because if you're consistent and you're adding people to this pipeline, right, it's common sense. Pipeline is a list of people where the probability is higher inside this pipeline of people signing up. Not everyone will sign up in the pipeline, right? But the odds of them are drastically higher because you have reason to believe that they're interested. And now you're focusing the right time on the right people instead of the wrong time, right? Instead of the wrong time on the wrong people. And so now, since you have that going on, the probability is higher. And since it's way higher now, right, someone in the pipeline is a sign up. Someone in this pipeline, right? Pipeline, and then all of a sudden the pipeline is a sign up. And so if you have, let's just say, right, 50% of the people hypothetically in the pipeline sign up, well, that means if you can get 100, remember everything's averages, and eventually you'll get an average. If that means if you get 100 people in the pipeline, you have 50 people sign up in the pipeline. That means if you get 200 people in the pipeline, that means 100 people are going to sign up in the pipeline. So what does that mean? Simplistically, this is what a lot of people don't understand. If I'm consistent throughout my entire organization, right? If I'm always adding to the list, that means by law, I'm always adding to the pipeline. And if I'm always adding to the pipeline, by law, right, of averages, then I will always be adding to my sign up. And if I'm always adding to my sign up and I'm consistent through all of this, the numbers will always increase. And if the numbers always increase in my signups, then the numbers always increase in my organization. And if our numbers are always increasing in my organization, you're chairman, right? And that's how the list in the pipeline works. And so what you want to do is, as you grow this list, now I want to talk to you and everyone else about really be more specific about exactly what we're doing in this pipeline. This is our follow-up, right? This is the people that we follow up with. Remember, on average or whatever, you want to double the follow-up time. So if I talk to you, let's just say I expose you today, I'm going to follow up with you tomorrow, right? Now, let's just say, after tomorrow, you still don't sign up. I'm going to go from 2 days to 4 days. I'm going to wait for 4 days. Now, after 4 days, I'm going to wait about a week. After a week, 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, a month. After a month, 2 months. After 2 months, 4, right? A year, 2 years. But it doesn't matter because I'm consistent. Now, the other thing that's going on in this pipeline is specifically this, and I'm going to show you a little cheat code because you know how to use Instagram, and so should everyone on here. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but I'm going to show you a little cheat on how to make a great pipeline that a lot of people don't think about, right? But moving forward, why is the pipeline so what else do we want to be doing in the pipeline? How can we follow up? Well, Ollie, let's think about it like this. If someone's in the pipeline, all we're doing is we're continuing to build relationships with the people in this pipeline. Instead of me trying to build a relationship with Matt, who again probably is not going to sign up, but I really want him to, I can be focusing on and building a relationship with Carrie. And if I'm building a relationship with Carrie, then again, the odds are always going up because I'm always reminding Carrie, hey, Carrie, right, I'm Ollie. I care about you. Remember, I'm that person that exposed you. All of that is going through Carrie's head every time you have a conversation with her. And now business doesn't always have to come up with someone in the pipeline because people don't want to talk about business all the time. They just want to know how much you care. If they know how much you care, the odds of them signing up are a lot higher. So get this. Now what happens? Now on Carrie's birthday, right, all you're doing is writing happy birthday. That's a follow-up. You're building a relationship on the follow-up. If Carrie writes something on her post, you like it and you comment on there because you don't want to just be, yes, you want to talk to random people, of course, right? I'm just giving you more of a direct focus on some things. Always be doing random people and stuff like that, obviously, right? Because we want to get as much like coming in as possible. But specifically, we want to also make sure we're blasting our focus on these people. So when Carrie makes a post, I'm going to be her best friend. When Carrie posts something on her stories, hey, that's so funny. And so if Carrie, and on Instagram algorithm, if I'm always commenting on Carrie's stuff, that means Carrie's now going to look at my messages that I've sent to her, right? And if Carrie's looking at the message I sent her on Instagram algorithm, guess what? Carrie's also going to see my stories. And if Carrie's always seeing my stories, what's going to happen? Carrie's always exposed to my story, which is always what? I am. And so she's always getting exposed now. And so now she's always getting exposed. And on top of that, I'm still continuing to build that relationship. I'm telling her happy birthday. She's seen my stories. I'm laughing at stuff. I'm not bringing up business all the time. And now I'm being consistent through this and through all the people that are on my pipeline. And the odds of them signing up go from, 10% in the pipeline to 30%, then 50%. And eventually it goes up to getting way higher just because I'm focusing on the right people. Now, let me show you a little code on how to do this for specifically on Instagram. This is how I make my pipeline. It's really genius, right? Well, what you do is you go into your messages and you just flag the message. You just flag whoever's in there. And now you just go to, when you go into your inbox, right, you slide it over, you click flag on the conversation. And now what do? Once you click that flag, right, or once you have a whole pipeline, you just click the flag inboxes and you can scroll through every single person that you've talked to that has been interested in this business. The pipeline's already automatically created for you. Now, what's the other brilliant thing that you can do? Well, the other thing I do is I go to Carrie's profile or Matt's profile, whoever it is that's in my pipeline. I go to the top right, and I click the 3 dots on their Instagram, and then I add them to I want to see their stories first. Like, notify me when they make a story. Notify me when they make a post, right? And so why do I do that? Because now the person that's in my pipeline, I'm getting a notification on someone that is potentially going to be my new business partner. And so now I know to go support their post. And so now I can have a consistent follow-up thing that every time someone's in there, I follow up on that post. I'm following up on that post. I'm following up on that post every single time. I'm writing them. I'm being consistent on there. And now, like I said, the odds drastically increase because we're always doing this. And so what a lot of people don't realize is just because someone says not right now, that this is specifically, Ollie, the reason why it's not right now, or no just means not right now sometimes. And not right now means just keep following up with me, and at some point, right, I will sign up. And this is what else happens, by the way. And this is what kicks you usually to the next rank, like I said, is that once they see you get announced for P150, they see that. Let's just say they don't sign up, but they see that though, okay? And when they see that, they're like, oh man, he's actually doing good in whatever he's doing. I don't know what that means, but the energy, because everyone sees a positive energy that you have attracted. So you're drawing in more positivity. So why is it that these people are going to hit you up? Your energy level higher, your confidence level higher. Now, since your energy higher, you're attracting what? A higher level of energy, a higher rank. And so now that since you're gaining that by law of universe, you must attract more people, Ollie, because that's what you're feeling. You're feeling good that you hit P150. So now what happens? These people out in your pipeline are now going to be like, man, he's doing really good. Even though you don't see them, you have to understand that they are watching, okay? And now what's going to happen is this. Now what's going to happen is that you hit P600. Now they're like, okay, now you have 2 people are like, fuck it. You know what? He's doing good. Like, yo, bro, okay, you know what? I'm ready to sign up. And now once you do that, this is where a lot of people start exploding through these other ranks. Because now since you have that, boom, 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 you hit P1K a little bit quicker because you had this pipeline. Now what happens? Now, and then it's someone else. You hit P1K, now more people in the pipeline. Yo, okay, man, I see you killing that. You know what? I'm dropping my pride. You know, what are you, like, what? Some people from the list would be like, okay, bro, what is it that you do? Now, remember this, and now I have a point with this, right? If somebody has not been exposed to this, right? Meaning, let's just say we put Drake over here hypothetically on the list, and Drake has not been exposed. He has not been to any event. We've tried to get him there, but he has not been there, or whatever the reasons are, right? We tried to bring him to an event, he wouldn't come, right? We didn't send him the video or something, or we know he didn't watch it. This person is still on the list. Why? Because they have not yet been exposed. Remember, this is people that have not been exposed. So we can't take someone off the list that has not seen something. And so get this, for anyone new and including yourself, right? The perfect invite, right? A lot of people want the answer right now. And I always say this, right? I always say, yes, you want to get someone to the event at all costs, but never to the you want to get to someone to the event at all costs, right? But never the cost of answering their questions, right? So meaning I invite you, Ollie, to an event, and I do the perfect invite, and you're like, what is it? And I'm like, that's what the event's for. Come find out. That's what the event's for. It's gonna break all that down. It's about business, and that's where it's gonna give you all the details, right? I'm not gonna come, right? I'm not gonna come unless you tell me. Most people are like, okay, bro, it's a little bit about this, and now what you've done is you ruined it because you answered a question. But if you don't answer a question, because remember, all marketing is getting someone to ask themselves a question. All marketing is getting themselves to ask themselves a question. And so why would we answer someone's question if they have the question, right? If we answer the question, that means we're unmarketing, essentially. We're essentially unmarketing if we answer the question. So get this, okay? Get this. So since I'm going to take the route of not answering the question, meaning I say, hey, come to the event. You're like, I'm not going to go, right? I'm not going to go if you don't tell me what it is. I'm going to say, okay, that's fine. I have a lot of people are going to be coming through anyways. With that part being said, I'm really busy right now. I'm going to go ahead and cross your name off the list because, as of right now, I got to focus on the people that want to change their lives or whatever, hypothetically, right? Now get this though. This person has not yet been exposed. And since I did not answer the question, and that means they're still in the list. And since, again, the list is someone that's not been exposed, that's why they're there. Now get this. Now once you're going through and you're hitting these ranks, that person that had the ego of not wanting to show up to the event is now going to hit you up because they're still on the list and say, yo, Ollie, okay, I got to know, bro. I got to know, what is it? What do you do? Right? What do you do? Because you didn't answer the question, so they still don't know. So I'm never going to, the average person, they're addicted to the outcome when they're talking to someone. They want the outcome to be, once this conversation is over, I want to know the answer right now, right? That's what their mentality is. Once this conversation's over, I've got to know the answer right now is what they're thinking. And that's the issue, is because they want to know, yes, you're going to come to the event right now, and then they start answering the questions, and it ruins it because they have to know the answer right now. So yes, you want to expose them, etc., like I said, but never be addicted to the outcome, because if you wait, it doesn't matter if it's a year from now, 2 years from now, the interest is always peaked, and now the odds of us putting them into this pipeline are growing. And so it's sometimes, right, sometimes we're not going to get the answers. A lot of times we're not going to get the way we want things, and that's okay. So sometimes people are thinking, what am I doing wrong? Sometimes you're doing nothing wrong. Sometimes you're saying the perfect things, right? They just don't want to come. That's okay. But you've got to understand patience with this thing. So yes, I want to move quickly, but I also got to be patient. You can move quickly and be patient at the same time. It's just strategic. It's just strategic and deliberate, right? Patience, rather than just being speed and being impatient. And that's the difference between the list and the pipeline, okay? Lastly, what I want to do is this, okay? I want to kind of have my top 10 list usually, and the top 10 list is something that I can even use this to benefit me sometimes. And why I can use this to benefit me is because all I'm going to do is go up to someone and, let's just say, hey, these are all names hypothetically, right? C, E, E, and this part's going to be very quick. F, G, H, I, J. Okay. Now this, right? These are all these letters are names hypothetically. Now what I can do with the top 10 list is I can use this to my benefit. And this is how. So I'm going to have my top 10, and then I'm going to have maybe another list of hypothetically 20 people, right? And this is more for my warm market, okay? This is more for my warm market, meaning I don't know these people yet. And you might have already went through Ollie. I just want to make sure I'm doing this as well, and then I'm going to stop this recording and go into you. So you're going to have the top 10, your top 10, right? Or, you could do top 5 for some people as well, right? And then you have your list of 20. Now, why does this benefit me? So this is what I'm going to do. I can go up to someone on my top 10 list and say, hey, what's up, Drake? So I'm launching this business right now. I'm actually going to have a business meeting, later on at my house, later on this week. With that part being said, I'm going to be real. Like, I'm about to blow this business up. I'm going to be doing it with or without you, just being honest with you, but I'd rather do it with you. And to be honest, right, I do have a lot of respect with you. And look, as you can see, right, you're actually on my list of top 10 people, right? And so with that part being said, I have a lot of people on this list, as you can see. You're just on the top 10. That doesn't mean I need you. Like I said, that's why I have a big list here. But at the same time, this does mean that I do believe that you're somebody that can truly blow this business up. And so with that part being said, right, are you going to be available tomorrow at 7 p.m.? Because that's where we're going to be having our business meeting. That's where we're going to be having our event. right? This is when we could go talk about business, right? So with that part being said, are you going to be available tomorrow at 7 o'clock, for us to hop on a call, for example? Yes, no, maybe so, whatever. And that's how we go about it. And that's how we can leverage our top 10 list. All right. So I'm going to stop my recording there.